Hi everyone, Christophe Choo from Coldwell Banker Previews in Beverly Hills. I've done driving tours of Mapleton Drive before, but things have changed a lot since then, so I want to go over kind of what's going on. I'm on the corner of Mapleton Drive here, and that is the Spelling Manor, was the Spelling Manor, called the Manor. It's now owned by Petra Ecclestone. It sold about a year and a half ago for around $85 million. It's about a 4-acre property, quite substantial in the French style. Limestone manor. This is a contemporary home that's sold to a famous designer about a year and a half ago for a little bit over $10 million, modern style house. And this is the backside entrance of Spelling Manor. Mapleton Drive is considered one of the finest residential streets in the West Coast, on the West Coast I should say. A lot is happening on this street the last few years. This particular property sold as a teardown for $13.5 million, and the last year or so they've been in process of building a new mega estate, probably about 20,000 square feet is my guess. Lots of tour buses on this street. You got a lot of famous residents here, and here's one of my sold signs. I sold this house. It's a teardown on 1.3 acres, and I sold this about a year or so ago. You can kind of get a glimpse of the older house back there, and that's going to be torn down to build a new 30,000 square foot residence. Here's some beautiful hedges. Now behind this hedge here is the house owned by Hugh Hefner when he got divorced. So that was his ex-wife's home that sold for $18.8 million a couple years ago. That's a famous home of a very famous Hollywood director, which I won't give the name. So this is the backside of Hugh Hefner's ex-wife's home, and this is the back entrance of the famous Playboy Mansion. I'll do another time, I'll show you the front entrance. The properties here on Mapleton typically are at least 1 acre in size. A 1 acre teardown today is going for roughly about $10 million. Here's another house I sold. You can't see it too well from this side. 1.6 acres. I sold it 2 summers ago, well, actually almost 3 summers ago. And at that time it sold for $11 million, 1.6 acres. And for those of you that are movie buffs, the movie Mommy Dearest, that's the house that Joan Crawford lived in the movie. So you can kind of get a little glimpse of it there. The pool scene and the kids party scene is there. This house just came on the market. It's owned by the Playboy Estate, Playboy Entertainment I believe, and it's one of the Bunny Mansions, on the market for a little bit over $11 million. Next door, the Century one sold for $18.8 million years ago. We have Ben Affleck's house and Jennifer Garner behind the hedges over there. Here's another example of a classic 1920s. That property sold about a year ago as a teardown. They're in the process of building a new residence. You can see that there. So yeah, on Mapleton Drive there have been about 10 sales in the last couple of years here on this street, although it's a very small street, and I'm basically just showing you Mapleton Drive from Sunset Boulevard down to the end at the park, which is called Holmby Park. There's another beautiful house. But again, all about 1 acre in size. The Spelling Estate is 4 acres. But again, most of them are a minimum 1 acre. Some are a little bit smaller, but a few are a little bit larger as well. This house was sold back about 6-9 months ago. They're redoing the whole house, and you know, one of the reasons why people love this area so much is the large size properties, the privacy it offers, and as you can see it's all hedged in, and most of the houses you cannot see on the inside, so that's a big plus. This is once owned by Verna Hara of Hara's Casinos, kind of a Palladian style. Over here the White House is owned by a very famous international restaurateur that owns restaurants in Beverly Hills, London, New York, Miami, and one of the cool things I love about this house, it has those rose quartz giant crystals on the entrance and exit gates, which is kind of cool. Look at that. This is a beautiful Paul Williams home. It sold a few years ago for a little over $10 million. Completely redone. It's a mid-century Hawaiian Polynesian style, and then another one here that sold a year ago for just over $10 million here on the corner. So back to Sunset Boulevard, there's only about maybe 15 homes on Mapleton south of Sunset. It does go right up there as well. And that corner house there behind the hedges sold last year for over $20 million. And then the one 2 doors up there is Casey Kasem's house, which is currently on the market for 42 or 43 million. So it's a little quick tour of Mapleton Drive here south of Sunset in the great area of Holmby Hills in Los Angeles. See you all soon.